Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled. Get your free 30-day trial and free audiobook. They've got over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, MP3 player, and Joe's sitting here.
Get one.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
I'm Johnny.
And I'm Joe.
What?
Welcome back, Joe.
How is this
Prodigal son.
possible?
Well, number one, I just want to say Joe and I, for the first time in I don't know how long, are recording in Joe's basement again. And this is just a one-time thing. Don't worry, guys.
That's
You
how
don't
it
have
always starts.
It's true.
Yeah, but I had to get out of my house because got family over and didn't want to be interrupting all of them. Joe, what did you think of reminiscing on the first Cleancast this past week? Did you listen to it?
Is my mic working?
Yeah, you're.
Sorry, I just said I loved it.
Oh, is that what you said?
Loved it. Yeah. Yeah, would be episode 50.
It was 50, yeah.
So it's great to have you here, Joe, so that we can actually talk about you.
I just guessed. I'm not going to lie. I just guessed.
I knew it. You know what, Joe? We are always talking about you, like, just constantly
I know.
in the past with the
Yeah.
podcast.
Al made a comment that we talk about Joe every episode. It's like he's never left, but he doesn't speak.
I told you I would donate to your Patreon if you ever didn't mention me in an episode.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this contract.
I might have said that. I think I was in episode 51 as well.
Okay, after this,
honest.
You were, yeah.
after this episode,
I might have said it then.
there'll be no more Joe references. We will not say
Good luck.
you'll be he who shall not be named, also known as Joe, also known as second best ping pong player of all time.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think it's fair that you guys should be put on number 1 and 2 for best ping pong players of all
Hey,
time.
we had the tournament.
Hey, dude.
Hey, listen,
We sweat and we rip pants. That's how good we are, dude.
That's commitment to the sport, Zach. You don't even know what it's like to commit to a sport anymore. What's your weight at?
I don't know.
Dude.
Let me.
Are you body shaming right now?
Yeah, I
Yes,
am
it's
body
okay.
shape. We have a deal.
We do have a deal.
I have financially
A shaming deal?
No. I have financially incentivized Zach to lose weight, and he's still not doing it.
Hey,
Well,
man.
I mean, obviously isn't motivated by money.
Well, I also tried motivating him by fear, and that's also not working.
You know, it's hard to motivate somebody by fear whenever you're in a different country.
Yeah,
dude.
well, you know what, Zach? I'm just gonna show up randomly one day.
Just beat this shit out of me
Oh
and
my
go
gosh,
back to
knock
Canada.
on the door.
In front of my kids, Johnny?
You're
fuck,
you're
man.
gonna be eating dinner, and you're gonna hear like a. And you'll be like, I wonder who that is, and then you'll like stroll up to the door, and then bam, Stone Cold Stunner.
You're going to give me the stunner,
Then he
dude.
immediately gets on a plane and goes home.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, and then I'm gonna piss in your plants, and then walk away.
You're probably doing the plants a favor, honestly. I'm not Joe Oxley. Joe, have you done any prep work for this coming spring?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Prep work. Dude, you prep for the spring and the fall. This guy. Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah.
What are
I'm
you talking about?
sorry.
You got to plant bulbs in the fall. Sow your grass in the fall. I've planted like maybe 12 plants already this year, at least.
That's riveting.
Any dandies popping up yet?
Dude, there are some dandies.
Dandies
about-
already? Man, there's still snow in parts.
They've been here for 2 weeks.
Oh man, I keep seeing your guys' social media and how sunny and nice it looks out, and then we're getting snow
Yeah.
this week.
Well, I was in Texas this weekend, so if you saw some
That's
super
true.
nice weather, that's where I was.
You know, I was in Texas a few weeks ago, and I didn't bring a rain jacket, and it wanted to rain the entire time. It was a lot colder than I was expecting.
Johnny only packed his Hawaiian shirts.
I brought a sweater. That's it.
Johnny made a vow to himself that he was only going to order Bahama Mamas while he was in Texas.
That's fucking right, man. I honestly, the hotel I was at was right next to the Riverwalk Mall, and I walked through Macy's multiple times thinking, like, seriously considering buying clothes because I did not come that prepared. But then I said, fuck that. I ain't paying no inflated American prices.
Yeah.
Where did you go to in Texas?
San Antonio.
Mm.
You clearly haven't been paying attention to the podcast because I came back with some very interesting stories. I was part of my second involuntary three-way.
All right.
Yeah.
First time he's ever heard this.
Yeah. No, I heard about this. Yeah, it's the second one. The first one was really intriguing.
Oh,
Story
yeah.
told about that.
Yeah, let's hear it, Joe. I want to hear it second.
Well, you don't really want to repeat content.
No,
so.
we'll move on. We'll move on. It's okay.
Did you know that The Avengers is 3 hours long?
I do.
The new one?
And I am excited for it, but not excited enough to have pre-purchased tickets. Up here, when they release tickets, so many people flooded to the movie theater website because we basically only have one actual movie theater provider
in Canada.
Canada.
Is it subsidized by the government?
You wish.
No, you've got one movie theater, one movie theater in the entirety of Canada.
Basically. And so many people bought tickets that it crashed their website, and apparently people didn't get the tickets that they bought, and it caused all these issues. So
oh shit.
I'm being kind of lazy, and I might go catch it like Sunday night or something, or.
Well, you're gonna see it before me. I'm gonna see it on Tuesday.
You're gonna see it before me.
Cheap night is a good night to go.
I don't know when we're going actually, because this weekend we're out of town.
Where are you going?
And again, we're going to Evansville.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Evansville, Indiana.
Yep. Indiana.
So
I don't know when I'm going to see it.
Yeah,
you sir.
I was saying I want to go see it, but Lacey's also in town this weekend, and I don't know if I'm going to force her to go and see a 3-hour movie. I don't know if she's caught up yet.
Yeah. Watch a YouTube video. Catch her all up.
That is true. That is true. We're also a little bit preoccupied, so we'll see, We'll see. The hard part is going to be avoiding spoilers. Sorry, Joe.
Or having to go to the bathroom.
Nah, I just do that in your pants. That's what diapers are for.
Obviously.
Catheter, dude.
I bet you there is a spike in adult diaper sales this week.
Really?
I'll tell you something.
Never thought about that.
And this is urine related, but not movie theater related.
Did you just pee in my chair?
Yeah.
All right.
And I've been everybody knows I've been Ubering.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get off the road, so I buy these. I buy the Monster Energy drinks with the wide lids.
I'm looking so skeptical.
You're peeing in the Monster.
After I drink it, I pee in.
Do you put that in the back seat for your?
Yeah.
Have you accidentally drank it before?
No.
What do you do?
What do you do? Yeah. What do you do with the bottle?
I just set it in the driver's thing.
In the driver's
like a little cubby in the driver's door.
So your Uber smells like piss.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, does it have a lid that you can screw down?
The Monsters, dude. The Monster Energy drinks have a lid that you can screw.
That is really fucked up, Zach. I'm not gonna lie.
That's like I don't know what that's like.
You're driving people around in your luxury vehicle full of bottles of piss.
No, not bottles. One bottle.
Do you reuse the same bottle? What do you do with that bottle? Do you take it home?
No, I don't reuse it. I only do this if I need to do it. It's not like I'm regularly doing this.
I don't know. You made it seem like it's an hourly activity.
Is this an intervention we need to have for you?
Usually I only need to have and I go till 4 or 5 in the morning on the weekends. So I'm like, anyway.
Damn, I couldn't go that late. That's way too late. I get tired.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired as shit by the end of the night.
How much money are you making now, though?
Then you take a swig of that nice, lukewarm Monster Energy.
Yummy.
That you thought was Monster Energy.
No,
but
I've never
probably
done that.
tastes very similar.
I've never done that.
Johnny,
honest. To answer your question, I typically make anywhere from 150 to 200 in a night.
And how many hours are you working?
A good amount. Probably
15.
16. I'd say 15, 16.
Oh, is that a week?
No, that's for 2 days. Like, I'll do that on, Friday, Saturday, and then I'll pick up a few weeknights here and there. And so all in all, I think the most I've ever made in a week was like 6 something, maybe.
So it's not bad.
That's a lot of work, but...
Yeah, got bills to catch up on.
Planning a family trip to Canada, it's good. You got to do the work.
That's true. Got to put in the work.
Johnny, do you have a Google Home or an Alexa?
No.
Oh man.
Never will. Why? What are we gonna do?
Wait, you never will?
Johnny doesn't trust it.
No, I don't trust it.
Oh, because they're always listening?
Yeah.
I mean, what good things do I have to talk about anyhow? I mean, why would they even listen to me? If they did, they'd be like, boring, next. I'm not worried about that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not worried necessarily about that I'm talking about anything secretive or that I'm going to get in trouble for. I just don't want them to have any personal information on me at all.
That's fair. Big brother.
Who is them?
Well, then, someone brought up the point, because I had this conversation recently with some friends, and they said, well, your phone's always listening. And that is pretty true, so maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. My wife is also super paranoid about stuff like that, so...
Yeah. Okay.
Why? What were you going to do?
I was just going to recommend you... so we keep a shopping list on our Alexa.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
Every once in a while, I'll add random nonsensical things.
Can you access that list from your phone while you're at the grocery store? Oh,
yeah.
That's a game changer.
It is.
Because that is something that Al and I have been trying to figure out, like a shareable grocery list. And there are apps, but I haven't really found one that I like using. And I think...
AnyDo.
What?
AnyDo.
AnyDo?
Yep, any.do. That's what we use.
Oh, so you...
It goes directly to that.
Oh, really?
Yep. But I add things like pickle toes. Like I'll add that, or like a knuckle sandwich. Yeah.
Pickle toes.
So she'll say, Joe, what is this? But she's actually caught on and she just deletes it. So it's more for my pleasure.
So you just do it knowing that she's gonna have to see it and delete it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
That's way too PG-13. I would want to put something, so especially if Al is like, does the app read it out loud? So it'd be like milk, eggs, coffee, giant black dildo.
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, I did knuckle sandwiches. What else have I done on here? Candy flavored grapes. That's a real thing, by the way.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's a weird thing. They're all gone.
So let's talk about Panda Watch. Where are we at?
11 weeks out.
11 weeks out. How is preparation? How is nesting? Have you baby proofed? Did you build a crib yet? Are you still married after trying to build the crib yet?
Dude, the crib's been built, I'm not going to lie, I think I talked about it last time on the podcast. I think I might have talked about it on episode 100.
You might.
It's all together.
Yeah. Are you?
Who's not listening now?
Are you? What did you just say? Sorry.
I said, "Oh my gosh."
You fell for it.
Sorry, I didn't get the joke right away.
Sorry.
So you got to be close to wrapping up work soon too. Hey, and you'll be going on that
29 days.
Not that you're counting.
Joe said that to me earlier, out of nowhere. Yeah. I didn't even prompt him. I just started setting up. I was like, hey, man, how's it going? He said, 29. I was like, oh, what? What does that even mean? And he's like, 29 days to the end of school.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a week of that, though, that's like testing. One day of it's like a field day.
One day where you just beat the kids with a stick.
Yeah. You spray them with a
Preferably.
fire hose.
That was my favorite day at school.
Yeah.
Mechanical bull, and they only last a half a second.
You can put the kids on a mechanical bull. I like it.
Dunk tank
How are you
into
planning?
battery acid.
There.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's a bit dark. Joe, how are you planning on doing the summer podcast,
Yeah.
gardening podcast, and raising a child? How are you planning on doing all that?
It's gonna be a juggling act. I'm also starting a new vlog.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's
to document.
the vlog about?
It's about my garden.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What is it called?
What's it called?
Yeah.
My podcast or my
Your
vlog is
vlog,
just about a walk in my garden.
I like
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah.
I like it. A walk in my garden.
Yeah. It's
Are there gnomes in your garden?
There are, yeah.
Oh my god, I got so much more interested in this podcast.
There's several. I don't always see them though. I kind of see like their tail end when they're going around the corner.
Oh, the real ones. Oh my god, it's even
Yeah.
better.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you
yeah.
can see they're gonna post my vlog on PBS.
Hmm.
It's gonna be on the 4:15.
The 4:15 time slot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Did you
gonna be good.
hear about our plan about garden roulette for you, where I was just gonna go and buy a shit ton of seeds and mix them all together and just throw them in your.
Oh my gosh, dude. That'd be terrible. So that reminded me of something on Reddit. You know, they have like every kind of genre or like subcategory on Reddit, and one of them is like unethical life tips or something like that. And said if you hate your neighbor and they go out of town, plant. It's like Japanese something weed, and it like roots in really fast, and it can get into concrete really fast, and you have to disclose any kind of invasive species that's on your property that you know about. So, Johnny, I would murder you if you did something like that.
Murder.
I do have a corner, though. I have a corner out here that I do toss seeds into.
Just randomly.
Just random.
Just random seeds, yeah. Yeah.
See what happens.
Are you
See
still
what happens.
robbing other people's
That's the
flower
that's
beds?
The name of the vlog. I have not done that.
You just changed.
I'm
the
glad
name of your
that
blog.
fatherhood
Yeah, I changed
is
it.
making you turn your life around from common
Hey,
criminal.
man. Not that I haven't coveted my neighbors. They've got some sedum in their yard, which is that kind of rubbery plant. You used to have it out in front of your apartment or your house.
Yeah. You
And
can
they moved out.
you can transplant that.
No, I've thought about just going
Just
taking
a,
it out.
just a
Take
quick
some.
little
I already
yank?
have some. I already have some though.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say?
I said just a quick little yank, eh?
Yeah, just a quick little one. Just so you know, I've updated my vlog name. It's Seed What Happens.
Ooh, I like it. It's getting better
Yeah.
and better. I can't wait till
Yeah.
the end of this episode to find out what it finally becomes.
YouTube.com/seed what happens for previews of the PBS show.
That's right.
Like make that an Instagram account.
You
It's
should.
not already one.
You should. So, Joe, real question here.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about, and what are you most afraid of when becoming a dad?
What I'm most excited about?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to be there, like full time with the baby,
That's pretty sick. Yeah.
seeing her grow up. I'm really excited for the first 3 months because it's gonna be that's Nikki's maternity leave, and we've never had that much time together.
Yeah, I don't know how enjoyable that's gonna be with a baby. I don't.
Yeah,
And a torn,
I mean,
torn uterus.
it'll be tough. We'll actually, I mean, we're gonna have for like the first month, we'll have like people in town.
Hey, do you know
So,
how
yeah.
long maternity leave is in Canada?
9 months.
Minimum.
Yeah,
Some people
months
can
minimum.
go up to 18 months.
yeah. In Australia, it's a year for each parent.
It's pretty impressive.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah. Well, and it's also pretty pretty disgusting on our part. Only 3 months. That's crazy. I think the minimum is 6 weeks in the States.
That's insane. How much vacation
Mm-hmm.
time does the average person in America get from their job?
Probably 2 weeks, I would think.
Yeah,
Maybe 2.5.
depends. I mean, I get Like 4. But I've also been at my job for 8 years or something like that. So.
I guess my dad had like 12, I think.
Yeah.
But he'd been in his job for like 25 years. But I get 14, but then I also get all summer off.
You get 14 weeks, yeah.
No, 14 days, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I they get 14 days plus summer?
Yeah.
Man, teachers need to stop complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking I lazy heard, schlubs.
Dude, there's some people in Indiana that are, they're not protesting. They're like a teacher walkout.
Lobbying
why is that escaping my mind? They
demonstrating.
They're not working.
Molding the minds.
Strike.
They're on strike. Teachers on strike.
Strike.
Teachers on strike in Indiana.
It's a tough day.
And the average like salary for them is $55,000. And I'm thinking, that's not too bad. They should come to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And work for what I'm working for.
Yeah. Which is Doritos Locos Taco.
Yeah. All you can eat.
I do honestly think teachers are underpaid and underappreciated, truthfully.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody except for Joe.
I am overly appreciated. And overly paid.
Well, it must be.
I have a perfect job.
At least how many? You're taking a couple years off to be stay-at-home daddy? 4 or 5?
At least. I mean, we'll see how it goes the first year. But if we can swing it, then yeah, probably for 2 years or so.
That's
have another
nice.
Kid. Yeah.
Push him out. Honestly, that's not a bad call. I don't know what daycare costs down there, but we have some friends that just
like $1,000.
Yeah, which is, I guess, comparable in Canadian dollars. But they had a baby, and the mom is looking to go back to work, and they were pricing out daycare, and they were looking at anywhere between $1,200 and $2,000 a month.
Yeah, we don't do that. I think we're paying at about $800.
Yeah,
for a month.
There are
but
some
we've got a good deal.
Some like financial assisted daycares or something where it's that 5 to 1,000 mark, but that's still insane, and just further reinforced me not having babies ever. I might just cut my dick right off just to.
Hey man, don't do that.
You're going to deprive us
of my dick?
Mini Johnny?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I mean, unless you want to take care of it, I'll put a baby in you, and then you can just.
Johnny, we need mini use.
No. You know what? Here's my new stance on this. I am taking an environmental stance by not reproducing.
Bullshit.
An environmental stance.
Hey,
okay. What's the environmental stance?
Think of how much energy and physical resources go into raising a human. How much food they're eating, all the diapers, all the packaging. It's actually a significant impact. Reproduction is like the biggest issue we have for our environment right now.
You're my biggest issue for environment right now.
Well, maybe, because you know what? I eat a lot of meat, and I drive cars with no exhaust, and YOLO.
No exhaust?
Yeah, man. Straight pipe all day, baby.
Oh, okay. So there is exhaust. You just don't have an exhaust pipe.
No, I have an exhaust pipe, but there's
you don't have a
no
zero
muffler.
emissions car.
I definitely don't have a zero emissions car. Although I am looking at making a giant step in we're looking at getting a new car. And we've looked at a lot of different options. And I think I'm going to get a hybrid Toyota RAV4.
Nice, dude. I rented a Toyota this weekend, and I like the new look of it. I had a Camry though, but a RAV4, I could dig it.
The 2019 RAV4s look really good. 2018's not so nice. They made some good improvements. But I don't know. And I had almost free game to get any vehicle that I wanted within a certain budget. And I just thought I would do something nice. I love Toyota, one.
Yeah.
And I love that I can get 1,000 kilometers on a tank of gas.
What's that in miles? So is that good? Is 1,000 kilometers good? That's like...
It's like
5 miles, right?
Carry the...
It's like...
I'm really enjoying watching this happen right now.
It's like 2.2, right?
It's like 2 point something,
right?
No, it's
1.6
kilometers per mile.
Yeah.
What's
so
it divided by?
Yeah.
Wait, 1 kilometers per mile?
1.6
kilometers per 6.
So you're putting kilometers into your car, and that's how many miles you get out of it?
Yeah.
Tweedledee.
Gosh.
Tweedledum.
But you gotta keep in mind
the cubic feet,
the gallon to liter ratio as well.
To milliliter.
Yeah.
We figured it out, Johnny.
Good job, guys. I'm so proud of you.
Got it.
So
Thank
proud
you.
of you. It is very good, I will say. I think it's like, I think it comes out to like maybe 60 miles a gallon.
Jesus. Yeah, I guess with a hybrid, that's...
Dang, dude, that's really good.
I'll look up. I don't want to overquote. So 6.
Yeah. Dude, and the Toyotas have the CarPlay, where it's like whatever app you're using.
Mm-hmm.
I have like Waze and Spotify on there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This episode brought to you by Toyota.
Speaking of which, we need to
I
get
lied.
you to do
It's like 40. It's 40 miles per gallon.
How dare you?
We thought it was 60. It's 40.
The RAV4, the 2019 Toyota RAV4.
US only. See store for details.
Yep.
Oh man.
So that's the plan.
I'm the
Joe, are you the guy in
the
every
Home Depot
commercial?
guy? Oh.
No, are you the guy in every commercial that just reads the really fast stuff?
US only. See store for details.
Oh my god, dude. How do you do that?
I don't know. They don't even speed. They don't speed it up. Which is how I say it.
I know. I was here in real time.
Yeah. US only. See store for details.
Oh my god, dude.
Joe, are you
US
while you're working?
US only though.
Well, you're not working, I should say. Are you gonna join? How many pyramid schemes are you gonna join?
I meant to ask you. Have you tried Spark?
I don't even know what that is.
It's fruity. It gives you energy.
It's what? It's fruity.
You don't get those. You don't. What you get? It's fruity. It's fruity. So you can get like wild berry or grape.
Wait, is it a drink or what is this like?
You add it to water, so you see you've already have your little mini there. I wish I had it. It's upstairs, but Spark. Well, it gives you that little kick or that little spark.
Oh, is there caffeine in it?
It doesn't. It dissolves in water. It doesn't have any kind of caffeine in it. It's a powder.
Can you snort it?
And not recommended by Spark Industries.
Can you put it in your butt?
But it is water soluble. Is what
it is completely.
So what? So it's just like
you'll think you just pulled it off of a shelf in a gas station.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you could compare it to?
Gatorade?
As far as like a drink that's already
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. What's your competitor?
It exceeds all other competition.
It can't be Kool-Aid powder though.
It's basically Kool-Aid powder. Is it full of sugar?
No, there's no sugar, no calories, no caffeine.
It's full of cancer.
Completely delicious.
Are there any studies that have been performed
by Spark and
of course by the company?
Is it
unanimously?
Is it double blind placebo?
No, they have their site. Yeah, no, we didn't seek out blind people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this week it's Spark. Next week it's gonna be a juice cleanse. The week after that it's gonna be makeup.
Oh, have I told you about juice cleanse? The juice cleanse I'm part of.
No, tell me about it. What is there like a?
It comes pre-made.
Is it wait? So what comes pre-made? The juice?
The juice. Yeah, so it's like kiwi, strawberry, or mango, or like you get a green smoothie or a blue smoothie. You have the different green vegetables or blue vegetables in them. Yeah.
What would be how much does that cost?
You drink one day a week.
Is that it?
Lose 20 pounds.
There you go, Zach. Get on this,
month.
Zach. Invest all that Uber money into.
It's called Fruity.
Fruity
with a TH.
Oh, Fruity.
Fruity. Well, it's spelled FROOSIE. I just can't.
Let's take a quick second to talk about the sponsor of today's podcast, Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled. We say it every week. Get that free 30-day trial and a free audiobook, guys. It's a great deal. And we're not one to just throw some shit deals at you. So head over and give that a look. The audiobook that I am going to recommend for the month of April, and this is no April Fool's joke, Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. This is a 5 hour and 51 minute long audiobook, unabridged, of course. So David Sedaris is a comedian. This audiobook starts with a North Carolina childhood filled with speech therapy classes. My brother actually had to take that. Unwanted guitar lessons taught by a midget. So, I mean, okay. From budding performance artist to clearly unqualified writing teacher in Chicago, Sedaris' career leads him to New York City and eventually, of all places, France. His move to Paris poses a number of challenges, chief among them is his inability to speak the language. I can relate. Arriving a spooky man-child capable of communicating only through nouns, he undertakes the language instruction that leads him ever deeper into cultural confusion. Whether describing the Easter Bunny to puzzled classmates or watching a group of men play soccer with a cow, Sedaris brings a view and a voice like no other to every unforgettable encounter. So if that sounds like something that you guys want to listen to, sounds great to me. I'm probably going to check it out. I got 3 credits right now, and you best believe I'm using one of my credits on this one. So give it a listen, guys. If you don't want to listen to David Sedaris, and if you don't want to bang your elbow on the table like I just did, wouldn't recommend the second one. Definitely recommend the first one. But if you don't want to listen to that, there's over 180,000 different titles to choose from. That includes some Audible originals as well that you can get with your credit. So guys, take advantage of it. Really do. And we appreciate Audible so much for sponsoring our podcast each and every week. And we hope that you guys appreciate them as well. So let's get back to the motherfucking podcast.
Oh, Zach, you know what's another good way to lose weight? Similar to this juice cleanse? You go and you get the stuff from the pharmacy that they give you when you're preparing for a colonoscopy.
Uh-huh. And you just chug that. What is it, full of like barium or whatever?
Yeah, it's just like a massive laxative.
You put it in Gatorade and you just drink the whole Gatorade and you drink like 12 pills.
Dude.
And then you just shit your pants for about 2 days?
Yeah.
All right, Joe, do you have like any
use your words.
Pharmaceutical, like, are you part of any like pyramid schemes that like for like exercise pills or something like that? Or I know you got a lot of free time.
Yeah,
Joe, you should take up chemistry and just start making them.
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay, perfect.
How did you not know? That's the company I'm part
of,
where you can make your own pharmaceuticals at home.
It's like an easy bake oven, but for pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called Farm at Home, but it's PHARM.
I like it. Great.
And you get the separate ingredients, and you crush them up in a mortar and pestle. There you go.
Okay.
Mortar and pestle.
Do they give you directions or like a recipe? Or...
Yeah, roughly. Each one has 3 steps, so it makes it pretty easy. Yeah, and then you get your own little pill presser. These weighted things, and then you can etch in your own design, and it's pretty neat. Yeah, Farm at Home.
Do you go through a lot of Sudafed?
A whole lot of it. You mean when I'm making it at home? Yes, I do. Yeah, and in preparation of making it too.
There you go.
It helps.
Zach, we've solved all of your problems today, just in the boxes that are stacked up behind Joe in his basement.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of them.
How do I join either of these? Do I just like send a check and pre-buy a bunch of products? That's the most effective way, right?
Is there a seminar? Are you holding a seminar?
I'll send you an e-bike to my seminar next
Perfect.
month.
I would really appreciate it if you would send me one, about twice a day, just to make sure that I get it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I've got the read response, so I'll know if you do or don't.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm also noticing in between all the boxes of various things, you've got a lot of the jumbled memorabilia that you dumped a lot of money into that you still haven't been able to sell.
That box over there is all the doilies.
Uh-huh.
Most of the mugs are chipped now. They're really cheap. really cheap. They were made in Calgary. No, dude, I had water. Did I tell you about that? I had water in my basement.
Yeah, I saw that. I felt really bad. Remember, you sent a picture and I didn't see what it was, and I was like, I don't get it. And you're like, my basement's flooding, you fuck. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I had redid, organized. Not redid, but it looked good. And then water started coming up, so I had to put boxes in corners and stuff, and so it's kind of crazy.
They have to bring an auger out, like a little snake to snake the line or something.
An auger? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, thing. It's like a line fed thing with the blade on the end of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a tree root 90 feet out from the house that was clogging it.
Yeah. Did you? I guess do you have insurance cover or?
I mean, he's renting.
We're renting,
that's
so
a good
they
point.
cover it.
So that experience taught me to always open the thumbnails from pictures before making a comment. Because in the group text, I saw the picture and I was like, yeah, it's your basement floor, Joe. You're doing the classic Joe thing of reorganizing. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's making up reasons why he can't record. Yeah. Sorry, guys, can't record tonight.
I got to move this box to the other side of
it. Was I supposed to be recording with you all that night?
I think it was, we had to reschedule something or something like that.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and then I felt bad.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
But hopefully you didn't lose a lot of the pyramid scheme stuff in the water.
Especially if you had to pre-buy
I keep that upstairs in a safe. Huh? Yeah.
Well, it's all prepackaged, right? It's her what do they call it? Hermetically sealed or whatever. So it can't be
a hermit.
Yeah. So it's not. It can't.
Hermetic. That's where it comes from.
You got a bunch of hermits down there.
So speaking of not opening links, Johnny. When I sent that LA Times quote, LA Times.
Oh yeah.
And it was Rickroll. But you can name the article whatever it is, and so I put Halo introducing Battle Royale or something like that.
I was like, I don't believe it.
And you're like, nope.
Still trash.
Didn't even click on it.
Did not even click it. And then
Did it automatically play for you when you open it up?
Yeah, I clicked on it and it By the way, am I the only person on Earth who doesn't care if he gets rickrolled?
Yeah. You don't care?
I don't care.
You like getting rickrolled?
Yes, because Rick Astley's got a smooth as butter voice. Just because he's a weird ginger-looking dude.
I'm trying to rickroll you by phone because there are different sites you can do it for free where you'll get called. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure you're like me where I just I ignore every weird number. Because it wouldn't show up as my number.
I don't understand that. I love answering those phone calls.
I don't, dude, because then
I don't answer numbers.
It confirms that your number is a usable number, and we'll just send it out to everybody.
But then you just talk to those people and never give them what they want.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, I love fucking with this. I took a call in Texas
about this.
when I was walking back from a Mexican restaurant that was not as good as everyone made it out to be. And I got this random phone call and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I got to walk 2 miles here. I'll take this call. And then I chatted to some lady about politics and she just was so frustrated that I just kept bouncing questions back at her and not being willing to donate. And it was great. And then she actually hung up on me. And I felt like that was a personal victory.
You took up their time.
I did, yeah. Because they get paid commission or per success call. So I just kept leading her on,
Yep. So we had a couple different things that you had written down in the text thread that you wanted to touch base on. We already went through Panda Watch.
Panda Watch
2019. Something else you wrote down, Facetune and how social media is ruining society.
Oh man, so on the lines of Reddit, so Al has been obsessed with this new Reddit forum about I think it's called Tagged versus Posted, but it's basically Instagram people or influencers, I hate calling them influencers, who post pictures of look at my hot body, I work out all the time for this, and then they get tagged in a picture in the background and it's not that picture, and all the fucked up photoshopping people do to make themselves look more fit or have a bigger ass or no pimples and it's so funny to just look at that people will go through so much effort to make themselves have clearer skin or, you know, a poofier butt or, you know, all this shit, but then they don't do it really well. So in the background, it's like all squiggly, or their hand is like 4 sizes too big because it's on their ass and they stretch out their ass. Or like some of them too, they like smooth out their knees so they don't have knees, and like they don't realize that that's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And there's some really creepy ones of dudes that are like, there's this one of this Asian guy that's like him getting out of the pool, but he doesn't have nipples because he like tried to like enlarge his chest, so he doesn't have nipples or a belly button, and he's like really square. It's just so uncomfortable.
That's weird, dude.
And people post that being like, fit fam, or like, check out my nutrition plan.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's just sad.
I'm gonna hop on that, dude.
It's just really sad that that's where social media is going, especially in the fitness world, and that it creates such unattainable images for people, and it's all fucking fake. And it just makes me sad that that's something that people would do with their free time of, I'm going to take this picture and now I'm going to put 2 hours of Photoshop in it and say that I work out really hard, and then ignore when you get seen in public and you don't have that ass. Like, yo, what happened to that ass? Oh, I didn't squat today? No.
Yeah, I've actually seen that Facetune app that you're talking about. And it's just creepy. Like people
Can you make yourself look old? Is this like an app where it adjusts how
I don't
you
think
look?
it does it automatically.
No.
I think you actually have to edit
It's
your
like
photos.
a little brush.
Yeah.
Or you just scrub your finger across it and it removes wrinkles and it sort of flattens out your features.
Allie showed me one where it was like hashtag
Facetune
no
concept.
makeup, hashtag no filter, hashtag all natural, and she has like glitter on her eyes. Like, you just
I didn't realize this was a thing.
look it up on Reddit, man. It's so fucking funny and really infuriating and disappointing that that's like, I can't.
Facetune.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna look beautiful.
I mean, I think you look great the way you are.
Excuse me.
I don't think people should be without blemishes on their skin.
No, I agree.
That's so wholesome, dude.
You're not supposed to, because then you just look like a porcelain doll or something like that.
What's
Have
wrong
you guys
with looking
seen
like a porcelain doll?
Huh?
What's wrong with looking like a porcelain doll if I want to look like a porcelain doll?
Yeah, what if Joe identifies as a porcelain doll, Zach?
I don't know.
How
Have you
dare
heard
you
of that?
shit on who he is as a person?
Have you guys heard of that?
I have.
The Russian girl who has made herself into pretty much Barbie.
Yeah.
No.
I've seen pictures. It's not attractive.
You've seen pictures? It's not. Barbie has unattainable
It's like the cat
measurements.
guy. You've seen the cat guy, right?
Yeah,
more
I
than
think
one
I've
cat
seen the
guy,
cat.
but-
Yeah,
I've seen
but
that guy, I think.
tattoo body modification is, I think, different than extreme plastic surgery.
Yeah. Because you're always chasing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
With-
It's a
with
definite
plastic surgery.
addiction, mental health issue, I think, and
Yeah,
and so
well,
is
definitely.
social media. Truthfully,
So, subscribe to
Jumbled Podcast.
our Instagram. Johnny, you have some incomplete Rubik's Cubes back there. Let me walk you through it.
Yeah, maybe.
Right below your ball on a stick.
Don't you dare start with that.
What are those called? Gym jams? What are those?
Kendama.
Yeah, they're gym jams.
I haven't
Yeah,
touched a kendama
hey.
in a long time. Actually, I miss
Oh,
that.
Johnny, grab one of your gym jams and
It's a-
try it out right now.
See, it's a pajama?
Kendama.
Oh,
It's a gym jam.
that's my favorite author, Ken Dama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendama.
Yeah.
Kendama, how to use a gym jam.
All right, here's the gym jam.
That's
How many?
For those of you who
attempts
don't
to get a
know,
spike?
it's-
What's the bet?
It's like a ball on a stick.
a baker's dozen.
I'll gladly
What if I
pay you
get it in
Tuesday
one
for
try?
a hamburger today.
What if I get it in one
One.
try?
Ooh,
Zach will get his passport. I know that theme. I know that theme of this podcast.
There's
No
so much
pressure.
pressure now.
So it looks like a satellite, and there's a stick on one end, and a ball attached to it by string.
Oh, the gym jam. Johnny didn't get the gym jam on the first try.
This is great. This is great stuff because this is obviously
Attempt
listeners. listeners can see this.
Jim Jam.
Fuck!
So, while we're waiting on the results of this, fourth try? Fifth try?
Is that 4 or 5?
I don't know.
You know, you can't just throw me in cold like that on the old kendama.
No, Kendama made the book How to Jim Jam properly.
Johnny, if I clothed your feet, would you... If I offered to clothe your feet, would you turn it down?
I don't...
Say you had bare feet.
I
you had bare feet.
Number one.
Say you had bare feet.
Wait.
And you're going to be walking on cold concrete. And I offered you some socks. Would you put on said socks to protect your feet?
Like you personally, like we know each other as friends, or you're a random person I don't know?
Oh, yeah. And I would say closer than friends. We're close, or like super close, like the closest.
I mean, I was going to say something that was exposing, but we won't go there. And
I said, here are some socks.
Yeah, I would take some. They're clean, they're you, and if I needed socks and it was cold and it was concrete, I would take them. Why not?
Now, say it had like...
semen in them?
Dog hair on it. Would that bother you?
No, because I have two
like
very
Winnie's
furry dogs.
Okay.
So
yeah, okay. I should know if that would be a factor in it. Okay.
I don't like how you're passively aggressively.
What are you talking about? That was just a scenario. Scenario.
For all the people who cannot see, Johnny is seeing right now. Joe gave me a pair of socks when I walked in. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Joe's doing this passive-aggressive thing right now. It's something he needs to work on. And if he wants to take my seminar on how to not be passive-aggressive...
How to be more aggressive than passive.
Yeah. How to aggressively be more passive.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so he offered you socks and you didn't like it?
He offered me socks, and I told him I didn't want socks. And then he went and he... got me socks anyway.
Your feet right now, are they cold?
He went and he got me socks anyway, and then he threw them at me.
Yeah, but then I put them in your basket, your main basket.
But now, since I very politely said, no thanks, I don't need socks.
Actually,
thank you.
Threw them at me.
And you still got me the socks.
Maybe he's telling you your feet are ugly or they stink or something.
Well,
they don't stink.
Hey, I'm not gonna. Feet inherently are ugly.
I felt obligated to get him socks because even though he said no, I asked him to take his shoes off, and the man's not wearing socks, which is
wait. You wore shoes without
honestly
socks?
kind
That's
of weird.
A little weird.
Yeah,
they're just like slip-on shoes,
weird.
dude. They're just little slip-on shoes.
Because it rained out, and we just had our house cleaned today, and I didn't want to get the floor dirty.
You know, that's like a really weird thing for me in general when I go to America is to leave my shoes on when I go into someone's house.
Yeah.
I don't like how you guys are ganging up on me.
You always take your shoes off.
I do.
Yeah. That's how it is.
You know what? Why do these podcasts always turn into shit on Zach podcast?
Do you need some toilet paper?
I don't know, Zach. Quit looking like a toilet.
Bring some toilet paper.
It's you and Johnny ganging up on me, and I don't appreciate anything that's happening.
Hey, you all were just ganging up on me with kendama, okay?
It's a Jim Jam.
Kendama's Jim Jam.
I have so many fun things back there.
Yeah.
What else you got back there that we could talk about?
There's a grenade. There's some board games.
Oh, there's a gun. Yeah, there's a gun back there.
That's my gun table. Okay. This is a multi-purpose room. It's a library / gun room / Frozen Tundra Studios C.
Johnny, your room is set up in a way that a YouTube channel would want their background to look like.
Well, that's honestly naturally how this room's got set up. It has all of our books and our board games and magazines and DVDs and action figures, pictures.
You look like Rhett. Is it Rhett and or not Rhett and Link? What's the
I don't know.
YouTube channel that dude? Yeah. Anyhow,
you look like you could get a pretty sizable following from some conservative Americans with your. Do you have a Bible back there?
No,
is there a Bible on your?
No, fuck no.
Well, sorry. Now you just lost part of your subscribership.
That's okay.
So,
I will live.
But board game enthusiasts would love you.
See, I think that's the kind of the irony is that I am like straight down the middle where I love guns, but I also love gays.
It's Norman Reedus if you're looking at who's in the picture.
No, is Norman
It's Santa
Reedus
Claus.
there?
It's Santa Claus in the smaller picture to the left, and he's groping Johnny.
Oh, that is Norman.
Where's
Reedus.
that hand
It's
going,
Norman
Joe? What do you
Reedus.
think? Did
And
I get
Santa's
assaulted
broken.
by Santa in this
Yeah.
picture?
Oh man, he is.
He's getting a handful.
Gosh, dude, that is.
Yeah. Oh, see, there he is.
Is that a family member?
What happened? You guys just cut out.
Well, you cut out too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Oh.
look,
Yeah.
Joe. Did I get assaulted by this Santa in this picture?
Yeah, I asked. Is that a family member?
No, I have no idea. I don't
Okay, then
remember.
I feel free to say something. Yeah, dude, that's like a pinky on.
He got diddled with the pinky.
Yeah, dude.
Santa Claus's pinky. It's
Well,
the most magical
We all
finger.
know my hammer goes past my belly button, so he was getting a lot.
even as a small child.
I really hope it's just a camera angle, or just
It's a mirror,
something.
a series of
We
smoke
had a whole
mirrors.
episode about that, and my mom assured me that I was not molested by that Santa Claus, but her voice was a
like,
little bit shaky when we talked about it, so I don't know.
I'm trying to like do
No.
the science of it, where my hand is around my side, my pinky kind of separates a little
Sure.
bit if I'm like reaching
Sure.
around the back, and it slides, and so it grips a little bit on the rib cage. But that
Yeah.
was like at the belt. I don't know, man.
He looked like he had Andre the Giant sized hands though.
Well,
like,
he needed him, okay?
that's not just to get a
You know what's
fist
funny?
around that thing.
Is there's a Norman Reedus picture there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
also a Norman Reedus picture.
Way up there.
Yeah.
Over your left shoulder is red letters on a white box. Does that say Huffy Puffy?
Buffy, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novels, man.
Okay, I thought you were about to say like DVD collection.
I wish we were actually talking about getting those because Buffy is a fantastic show, and if you haven't watched it, you absolutely
seen it,
should.
actually.
Do you watch all of it?
No, I saw a lot of it in like the summer of 2007.
You should watch
I
it
believe.
all again right now. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of free time with a baby. You just give them some baby gravel. They'll sleep through the first year of their life. You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You said give him some gravel?
Yeah.
Baby gravel. Yeah, it's a thing. I can't believe you haven't heard of baby gravel, Jim.
Baby gravel?
Yeah.
Speaking of gravel,
It's like Pop Rocks, but it's bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, are you guys never
Do you
heard of
remember the
gravel?
candy?
Of course, we've heard of gravel.
Like that
it's
you
little
put on
pieces
your
of rocks
driveway?
that you
Instead
drive
of
on.
paving it, you put gravel down?
You guys are totally fucking with me right
I
now.
swear I'm not, dude. I have not heard of gravel.
No, it's like a,
Dude.
it's like a over the counter, or what is it? Like a non-prescription like stomach
Yeah,
aid that
over-the-counter.
makes you sleepy.
That's totally a Canadian thing
That
because
must be-
gravel, the only gravel I've ever known of in my whole life has been a series of little rocks that you drove your car on down
Yeah.
a road.
Oh well,
Bigger
I
than
mean,
a pebble, smaller than a rock. I would just call it gravel. But
Yeah.
collectively, it's gravel. Individually,
Sure.
they'd be rocks, I guess.
Yeah.
gravel.ca. Okay, you guys might be on something here.
.ca.
Oh, so wait, gravel is the name of the company?
Yeah, it's like a medicine.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sending it to you right now. This is what you need to get,
I don't need any. I'm fine.
and it helps your tum tum.
What I was saying was about gravel is that Nathan Darty, you all know
Yep.
Nathan.
Yeah.
He
The
may
dirty
be
D
listening.
is what I call him.
He is.
He when he was younger, his older brother and me, Michael James,
Who
we
is
had-
a listener as well.
we had this candy that looked like rocks. I mean, it wasn't very convincingly rocks.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Pop Rocks?
Pop Rocks.
Oh.
It wasn't Pop Rocks. Because Pop Rocks are like little dusty things.
Mm-hmm.
These were like the size of, like a piece of gravel. And we convinced him that we were actually eating it, and that we got it from the gravel road. And so he went over and grabbed a piece and went to bite it. And I
He
think we
fucked
may
his-
have stopped him right before it, but he was like about to put it in his mouth. He was probably about 6 or 7.
I did something similar to that. So, do you guys know what sour keys are, right? Or sour soothers?
No.
We need
So
to,
Canadian.
You need to write a book so we can just know all this stuff, so we don't have
fuck.
to ask.
You guys
Sour
need to come to
soothers.
Canada. I'm gonna take you on a Canadian tour. Apparently, of all the things you're missing out. So it's
grocery
it's
store.
basically
Isn't it?
sour candy. So you know when you get like a bunch of sour candies in the bag, and there's like a bunch of that sour dust on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So like the sour salt. So that was when I was a young kid. People loved that. So people would always like dip their finger in it and eat it, and so I was a total jerk, and I put a bunch of salt in the bottom of like a little Ziploc baggie, and I told a friend that it was the sour salt, and he took like almost a teaspoon of just table salt into his mouth at once, and it made him instantly vomit, and I felt really bad, but it was also really funny. And I'll never forget that moment in grade 6. It was a good time.
That's good.
Yep. So y'all need to come back to Canada, and we can do a tour of Canadian things like gravel. We can get fucked up on that. Can eat some
fucked up on some gravel.
Eat some sour soothers. We can go on a long drive and judge it in how many liters per 100 kilometers instead of miles per gallon.
I want to go back to Canada so bad.
Anytime.
I want to spend some more time. I want to spend some more time in Banff.
Anytime. I can show you some real good spots in Banff.
Did I tell you about when we were at Lake
Louise?
Moraine?
Oh, you went to Moraine? Yeah.
I think it was Moraine. And we were on a trail, and we got to this sign, and it said, parties of 4 or more only, and with bear spray.
Yeah.
And Nikki and I got there, we're like, okay, there's only 2 of us. We don't have bear spray, and so we're about to turn around, and these nice, kind Canadians come up behind us. There were 3 of them. Like, oh, would you like to go with us? We have bear spray. We're like, oh, no, we don't have time, because it was like a 3-mile, like, to the end and back.
Right.
And we only had like 30 minutes until our bus left.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't have the time to do it, but I had never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, welcome to living in the wild, bud.
Yeah. But those 3 people came up, they're like, oh yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, because they saw a pair of silly Americans wandering around confused as fuck. And they're like, we don't want these guys.
What do I do?
You know, like, truthfully,
what's the giveaway, Johnny? What's the giveaway for somebody who is clearly an American in Canada?
Well, they probably heard you talking, and then also like go into that path probably not prepared. And truthfully, what it is, and it's no slight against you if you don't grow up here, you don't know.
Was it the peanut butter I had on my face?
Maybe, and the honey jar. But people, like, a lot of tourists die in Banff and Jasper and surrounding area because they just don't understand the risks that are there. So like people have become hyper aware, and truthfully, it happens more with Asian tourists because they think like, so for example, prepping for Japan, we're leaving for Japan in a couple weeks, and there's a bunch of areas that have like fake wild deer that you can go and pet, and they're somewhat domesticated, and like bunnies and all this shit. So then they come to Canada and they're like, oh, here's this elk, that's like a deer, I can pet that. And then they get mauled to death by a giant elk who will fuck your life up. But they just don't understand that it's so different. And then like bears,
all the time.
Bears are legit thing that you can't just go up and snuggle safely.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
That's why they made a teddy bear.
Exactly.
We did have a funny American experience where I had to shake my head. After the wedding, actually, we went out to Jasper, which is, I think, a nicer park than Banff, but
it's past Banff, right?
It's further north than it's about 4 hours from Calgary instead of an hour. And we did this boat tour of this lake on this mountain, and it takes you to this peninsula they call it Spear Island, and it's like an indigenous sacred ground, and it's shaped like a spear of a head, and there's a little like memorial thing there and whatnot. And so on this tour they made an announcement like you can go around the island, and then the peninsula was blocked off. They said like, don't go on the peninsula, there's a lot of like there's rare plants and vegetation that are growing on it, and we're keeping people off because it's been tromped on and people don't stay on the path, blah blah blah. And these Americans on this tour boat were so pissed. We're like, we paid $200 to come on this tour, and I can't even go on this island. I was like, dude, it's 1, it's sacred ground. 2, it's like a conservation effort. And 3, you don't like you don't need to go like tromping around in there. Yeah. And I was just shaking my head the whole time. And then on the way back, they were talking about wanting to do this hike. And no offense, but they were pretty obese Americans. And Allie and I knew the hike that they were going to do. I was like, yeah, there's no way you're going to do this. And they were talking about how they were so proud that they did this smaller hike, that it's a really easy hike. Like, yeah, we did this one. We should be able to do this other hike. No problem. And Allie and I are just looking at you like, warmed up. These guys are going to fucking die.
They're going to be dead.
Yeah. The sense of entitlement sort of a little crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Made you wonder, you know?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. What else did I put on that list of things to talk about? I don't remember.
You put one more thing, I think. Let me see. Oh, I see your okay. Gravel. Gravol.
Johnny,
not L-E.
Do you have movie theaters that are like they're really strict on no talking or texting?
That's every movie theater, no?
No, not in the States.
What?
I mean, like, most theaters, I mean, it's frowned upon.
Sure.
But certainly, like, I think just about every movie I go to, someone is talking or is on their phone.
Yeah.
Really?
It's generally good etiquette not to be on your
no, they put like advertisements pre-movie, like turn off your phone and don't do this and don't do that. And but yeah, most people, I mean, occasionally people will look, but it's like a very, I would say a fairly enforced social norm not to be on your phone. There are people that...
We don't really have social norms anymore.
That's true. I will say, in that last episode that Zach and I did where I talked about my San Antonio trip, I did go to a movie at an AMC theater, and they had this really awkward, like, preamble to the movie about, if you see someone suspicious, like, do this. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, this is a legitimate thing now where they have to have active shooter warnings in movies. Yeah,
but it's disguised as if you see a bad person, or however they describe it.
Go tell a AMC staff member immediately. It's like, I'm gonna go tell this like pimple-faced 16-year-old kid that there's a dude with a gun. Like,
we have there's the Alamo Draft House. It actually started in Texas, in Austin. There's one here in Kansas City now, where they're super strict about movie, like not being on your phone or talking.
Yep. Kick you out.
They'll kick you out.
That's good.
It's like a dinner theater.
There are movie theaters here. Yeah, now that you can do food and like booze service, which I also think is weird that you can order, like a waiter will come to you while you're watching a movie. Like that's kind of a distraction.
Dude, it's weird, but I like it. So it was weird at first, but I like it now.
Yeah, you know.
And to bring it full circle, that's where I'm going to watch the Avengers.
Oh, baby, full circle. Here we go. Classic jumbled.
And to extend it, there's some kind of Fortnite event involving the Avengers on the 25th.
Yeah, I saw
no one
that.
cares about that. No one plays Fortnite anymore.
Yeah, dude.
Me and Joe do.
I'm pretty sure that the amount of wins that you guys are starting to get correlates specifically to how everyone is leaving that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play as much as Joe.
just a very simple no. You were wrong, John. You were fucking
wrong, Johnny.
Wrong.
No, dude, they still have I don't know if the numbers are growing as far as players go.
Like 20 million people.
But yeah, it's a huge amount, and there's still like 150,000 to 250,000. Well, maybe not 250, but like 200,000 people that are watching it being streamed.
That's insane.
On Twitch alone.
Yeah, well,
YouTube
there's something there. The battle royale format is definitely the new hot thing. There's no doubt about it. So real quickly, go ahead.
Call of Duty tried it though. I mean, they have it. It's just not as popular.
Call of Duty, like I said, it's burnt itself out. It went too big, too fast, too many gimmicky shit, and now like it's not fun. You know what's a really good game that I wish you guys had a PS4 or got into it? That is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah.
And so the co-op is like fucking incredible. It's like GTA on steroids where you can do anything you want. You can plan your mission how you want. You can approach every mission how you want. And then the PvP is the perfect balance between like Battlefield and Call of Duty and like SOCOM, where it's hard. There's risks. You have to play as a team. And there's like just a right amount of perks depending on what kind of player you are. It is so much fun. Like so much fun. I love that game. And it's old. You can get it for like $20 now.
If you give me a PlayStation, Johnny, I'll play with you.
Well, just
I'll buy the game. You buy the PlayStation.
Uber for a weekend, man, and get your shit together.
No.
Real quick, because I know we're getting over the hour, and we all got shit to do.
Are we?
We are. Time flies when you're having fun, Joey.
Time goes fly when you're going fast.
Exactly. Y'all been watching Game of Thrones or what?
Yes.
What is that? That's
Is
that like
Shut
The
your
Price
mouth.
is Right, but with like really fancy chairs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So
Who hosts that?
insert spoiler alert and
Spoiler
go.
alert.
Holy shit, it's a spoiler alert. Bend down, grab your ankles, and prepare to take whatever bullshit they're getting ready to cram into your ears. Haven't seen the movie yet, have you? Oh, too bad.
Joe, what do you think about the first 2 episodes for real?
Okay, so they're obviously having to hurry some stuff up. Like, they're because they've only got, what, is it 6 episodes? There are 4 left?
Mm-hmm. There's 4 or 6 episodes. I thought it was 8 episodes, but maybe it's only 6.
Okay. Anyhow, they're just having to, like, really tie up things pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've liked it so far. I mean, they built some suspense up to the
Battle of Winterfell?
Yeah, Winterfell. Tumultuous. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the end. I don't know.
Penultimate?
Penultimate? Is that it?
I don't know. But this seems really... There seems like there's a lot going on
Get your shit out
for
of
a
here.
weekday game show. Like a Price is Right, like midday game show. Like,
Yeah, it
there's
is.
a whole lot going on. They do 5 days, so they're only going for a little over a week.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a short run.
I think so. With Jon Snow now knowing that he is the heir to the Iron Throne, I still don't think he wants it.
No, he does not want it. Is Daenerys his
But I
sister
think
or his
it's gonna-
aunt? How does that work out?
His aunt. It's his aunt.
Oh,
It's his
man.
aunt,
So
dude.
he fucked his
He's
aunt.
boning his aunt.
I saw a funny meme that was, it was like a picture of someone where it was like Game of Thrones fans season 1 incest, and everyone's like, "Ugh."
Gross.
And then it's like season 8 incest. It's like, bang your aunt.
Dude, it's good. It's good. Did you see Kit Harington on SNL?
No, I don't watch SNL.
Dude, I love SNL. But so he hosted it, and who's the girl that plays Daenerys? Emily Clark, or what's her name? I forgot her name, but she came on when he was like giving his opening monologue,
Okay.
and she asked a question. She was like, "Hey, do you remember when we had sex in season 7?" She was like, "Can you believe they filmed that?" Yeah, so fun. That's his aunt.
That's funny.
Good times.
So I'm excited. I did have some confusion at the pacing. Like I thought the first 2 episodes were a little bit slow, but they are doing some cool setup. And then I was like, wait, the White Walkers are there already? Like this seems really early, and how long are they going to delay this? But then I realized there's not only, the fighting of the White Walkers, there's also the fight for the Iron Throne. So this could get real interesting. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win?
I don't know, dude. Who's going to win the game?
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious that they're going to defeat the White Walkers. I think that's like a given.
They're just going to lose a ton of
They
people.
just draw. They just
Shut
draw.
up, dude.
They just
Shut
draw a
your
name
mouth.
out of a hat, right?
I'm going to put your name in a hat, pull it out, and that's who I'm going to beat up. All right.
They say, "Come on." They say, "Come on."
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to secretly fly in. I'm going to knock on your door. I'm going to stone cold stun you, and then while you're laying there stunned, Joe's going to people's elbow you, and then we're just going to walk away.
Yeah, and then I'm going to ask you if you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I smelled it.
Fair.
Anyways, we should do some recaps.
yeah.
Joe, I assume that you'll be
Yeah.
spending maybe some more time on the podcast in the coming future.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
Daddy,
see.
full-time daddy life, we'll see what it's like.
Hey, man, I've been doing it times 2. But babies are super stressful.
Oh, there.
Babies are super stressful.
That should be the store. Babies, instead of babies are us.
Babies are super stressful. Yeah. There's a lot that
It's
goes
just like
into
it's a store
so.
for parents, and it's just like booze and weed.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Stock up, Joe. If you don't, if you already don't have some reserves.
Perfect.
When the baby goes to sleep, that's when you drink. That's what they say. They don't say go to sleep when the baby sleeps. They say drink. That's not true. No, we're well over an hour at this point. We had one more thing on my list. We had one more thing on my list, and it was that I got a puppy. All right, guys.
That's right.
I did get a puppy, and it's chewing things, and it's pooping on my floors and peeing everywhere, and biting my beard and my hair in the morning at 4 a.m. And I'm sort of over it. But my kids love it, so
yeah. We need to talk about this off air. I'm really confused by this puppy strategy thing here that's going on.
To be continued off air.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out this week with us.
You're welcome.
And we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please tell your friends about it. That is the best way you can help us out. Another way you can help us out is by heading over to iTunes and leaving a rating and review. That'd be appreciated. Catch us on all social media at Jumbled Podcast. Send us emails to jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. Dicks only. Dick pics only in that account.
The dick pics have definitely slowed down. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah. Remember, guys, we're voting on the best dick pic for the year.
That's so weird.
It's just something we came up with on the spot, all right?
John, there's the internet if you really want to see those.
It's more exciting when someone sends it to you, okay?
Put a little chapeau on it, a little hat, all right?
A little chapeau.
A little chapeau?
A little chapeau.
Yep.
A petit chapeau.
Yep, that's it.
Un petit chapeau.
Who's this French guy? Did he just walk in?
Champs-Élysées.
Joe, did this French guy just... Does he hang out?
I don't know where he came from.
Oh, that's weird.
Right. Je ne comprends pas. Désolé.
Sounds a lot like you, but with a French accent.
Je suis désolé.
Oh, weird. At the bathroom? I don't know. Bibliotech.
That was me saying I'm sorry.
Oh, you guys.
Be sure to head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and check out what they have to offer. Get that free audiobook and a free 30-day trial.
Next week we'll be at the Argosy Casino.
God, that'd be nice.
We're just going to stay there.
We're just going to be there.
We're playing some craps.
Yeah. And
that's what I forgot to talk about.
Head over to, write it down. We'll cover it another time. Head over to patreon.com/jumbled. Donate $500 and get us an address. And that's it, guys. Joe's pissed off, throwing his pens around. Yeah. It's a good time for us to say adieu. We hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast.
About Joe.
Bicycles.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
US Only, see store for details.